Welcome to the Vital Women podcast. I am Dr. Tanaka. I am 95 years old, and I want to start by telling you something that took me over 2 decades of dedicated research to fully understand, and that most women will never hear from their doctor. Your body after 40 is not breaking down. It is not betraying you. It is changing. And change, when you understand it, is not something to fear. It is something to work with. I have spent more than 20 years studying the female body specifically, how it shifts after 40, what signals it sends, and what it needs to keep thriving. I have sat with thousands of women across my career who came to me exhausted, frustrated, and convinced that the best years of their life were behind them. And every single time, the answer was the same. Nobody had given them the right information. That is what we are here to fix today. If this is your first time on this podcast, welcome. You are in the right place. And if you have been with us for a while, you know that we do not do vague here. We do not do just eat better and sleep more. We go specific, we go practical, and we go straight to the truth. Let's get into it. Here is the number that drives everything I do. Over 70% of women between the ages of 40 and 55 are currently experiencing at least 3 significant hormonal symptoms. And the vast majority of them have never been told why. They have been handed pamphlets. They have been told to reduce stress. They have been sent home with a prescription and a smile. But nobody sat them down and said, here is what is actually happening inside your body, and here is what you can do about it starting today. 70%, that is not a small group. That is most of us. And these are not women who are sick. These are strong, capable, hard-working women who are showing up every single day for their families, their careers, their communities, while quietly managing symptoms that nobody has properly explained to them. After 20 years of research, I made it my mission to change that. And that is exactly what we are doing today. We are walking through 7 specific signs that your hormones are out of balance, what they feel like, why they happen in plain, simple language, and what you can do about them right now. No complicated protocols, no overwhelming list, just clear, energizing, actionable information. Are you ready? Let's go. Before the 7 signs, I need to give you the foundation, because once you understand the why, everything clicks into place. Think of your hormones as a finely tuned orchestra. For most of your adult life, that orchestra has been playing beautifully, a steady, predictable rhythm that kept your mood stable, your weight manageable, your sleep deep, and your energy consistent. You did not have to think about it. The music just played. After 40, the conductor starts to lose the beat. Your body's hormone production, which has powered that rhythm for decades, becomes unpredictable. Some days the music is almost normal. Other days certain instruments drop out entirely without warning, and your body, which has built every single one of its systems around that steady rhythm, has to scramble to adapt. One of your key calming hormones can drop by up to 75% by the time you reach 50. Meanwhile, your other primary hormone is not fading gracefully. It is swinging wildly, creating what I call hormonal chaos. And that chaos shows up as real physical, emotional symptoms in your daily life. This is not weakness. This is not aging poorly. This is biology. And once you understand it, you can work with it. Now, the 7 signs, let's go. Sign number 1, brain fog. The foggy mirror. Drop a 1 in the comments if this one is yours. You walk into a room and forget why you went in. You are mid-sentence, and the word you need simply vanishes. You read the same paragraph 3 times and still cannot retain it. You feel slow, scattered, and like you are operating behind a layer of glass. I call this the foggy mirror. You are looking for the sharp, capable version of yourself, and the image just will not come into focus. Here is what is happening. Your brain runs on a very specific kind of fuel, and your hormones play a direct role in how efficiently it burns that fuel. When your hormonal rhythm gets disrupted after 40, your brain's energy supply becomes inconsistent. It sputters, and when it sputters, your thinking slows, your memory gets patchy, and your concentration drops. The mistake most women make is reaching for caffeine and sugar to push through the fog. It works for 45 minutes. Then you crash harder, reach for more, and the cycle keeps spinning. The fix: start your day with protein and healthy fats before your first cup of coffee. Eggs, avocado, nuts, fatty fish, these give your brain stable, sustained fuel. Omega-3 fatty acids are especially powerful here. Think of them as a cleaning spray for that foggy mirror. And before your second coffee, drink a full glass of water first. Mild dehydration alone is enough to cloud your thinking, and it takes 2 minutes to fix. The fog is not permanent, it is a signal, and now you know how to answer it. Sign number 2. Night sweats, the 3 a.m. fire. Type sleep in the comments right now if this one is waking you up at night. It is 3 a.m. You were finally in a deep sleep, and then a wave of heat pulls you out like an alarm going off. Within seconds you are drenched, heart pounding, sheets unbearable. You throw off the covers and lie there in the dark, wide awake, wondering how you are going to function tomorrow on 2 hours of rest. I call this the 3 a.m. fire, and it is one of the most disruptive symptoms of hormonal imbalance, not just because of how it feels in the moment, but because of what it steals from the rest of your day. Here is what is happening. Your body has an internal thermostat, a system that keeps your temperature perfectly regulated. That system is extremely sensitive to your hormones. When your hormone levels start swinging unpredictably, your internal thermostat gets confused. It misreads your body temperature and triggers an emergency cooling response. Heat, sweat, racing heart, to protect you from overheating that is not actually happening. It is a false alarm, but the cost is very real. The fix: switch your bedding and pajamas to natural fibers, cotton, linen, or silk. Synthetic fabrics trap heat and make the sweats significantly worse. Keep your bedroom as cool as possible, and try keeping a cold pack under your pillow. When a sweat hits, flip to the cool side and give your body the real temperature signal it needs to stand down. On the dietary side, reducing alcohol and spicy foods in the evening has a measurable impact on frequency and intensity for many women. Sign number 3, belly fat, the stubborn middle. You have not changed your diet. You are eating the same things you have always eaten, and yet your waistline is expanding in a way that feels completely disconnected from anything you are doing or not doing. It feels like a betrayal, but I want you to hear this clearly. It is not your fault. As your hormone production slows down, your body goes into emergency mode. It starts looking for other ways to maintain its hormonal balance, and it finds one. Fat cells around your abdomen can actually produce a backup form of hormones, so your body is literally storing fat in that area to protect you. It is trying to help. The problem is that this type of fat wraps around your organs and creates long-term health risks if left unaddressed. The fix: stop the chronic cardio. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but long, repeated cardio sessions elevate your stress hormones, which tell your body to store more fat around the middle. You are running toward the very problem you are trying to run away from. Switch to strength training. 2 to 3 sessions per week of slow, controlled resistance work. This tells your body it is safe to burn fuel rather than hoard it. Combine that with reducing processed sugar, which is one of the fastest ways to start shifting that stubborn middle. Sign number 4. Irritability. The short fuse. Type yes in the comments if you have ever snapped at someone you love and immediately thought, where did that come from? You react to something small with an intensity that surprises even you. You feel guilty afterward. You wonder if you are losing yourself. You are not. You are not crazy. You are not a bad partner or a bad mother. You are chemically unprotected from stress in a way you have never been before. One of your key calming hormones, the one that acts as your body's natural emotional buffer, can drop by up to 75% after 40. When that buffer disappears, stress hits you directly. There is no cushion. Every irritation lands harder. Every frustration feels bigger. Your emotional brakes have failed, not because of who you are, but because of what your body is going through. The fix, magnesium glycinate, is one of the most effective and underused tools I recommend to women at this stage. It helps restore that calming effect on your nervous system naturally. Take it in the evening, beyond supplementation, protecting even 10 minutes of genuine quiet in your day. No phone, no noise, no demands. Gives your nervous system a chance to reset before it reaches its limit. Sign number 5, joint pain, the rusty hinges. You sit for 20 minutes, and when you stand up, your knees, hips, and fingers feel stiff and grinding, like a door that hasn't been opened in years. It makes you feel decades older in a matter of seconds. I call this the rusty hinges, and I want you to understand something important. You are not falling apart. You are drying out. Your hormones play a direct role in keeping your connective tissues, your joints, your cartilage, your tendons hydrated and cushioned. When those levels drop after 40, the fluid that keeps your joints moving smoothly starts to diminish. The hinges start to grind, and the dangerous part is what happens next. Because it hurts to move, you stop moving. And when you stop moving, the stiffness gets worse. The rust sets in permanently. The fix: move, even when it is uncomfortable. Gentle, consistent movement is the single best thing you can do for joint health at this stage. Add collagen peptides to your morning routine. Stir them into your coffee or a smoothie. They are tasteless and they directly support the repair of connective tissue and increase your water intake significantly. Your joints need hydration from the inside out. Sign number 6, fatigue, the drained battery. This is not tiredness. Tiredness goes away after a good night's sleep. This is the 3 p.m. crash where you feel like you could sleep for a week and it still would not be enough. This is waking up after 8 hours and feeling like you barely rested. This is running on empty before the day has even really started. I call this the drained battery, and here is why it happens. When your primary hormonal system starts to slow down after 40, your body calls on its backup system, your adrenal glands, to pick up the slack. Your adrenal glands were never designed to carry that full load. They were meant to handle short bursts of stress. When they are asked to run the entire system indefinitely, they start to burn out. And when they burn out, your energy crashes in a way that no amount of coffee or sleep seems to fix. The fix: the 20-minute afternoon reset. Every day, ideally between 2 and 4 p.m., take 20 minutes of complete quiet. No phone, no screen, no input. Lie down if you can. This is not laziness. This is giving your backup system the recovery time it needs to keep functioning. Pair this with going to bed at the same time every night. which helps regulate the hormonal rhythm that governs your energy across the whole day. Sign number 7, skin and hair changes, the dry sponge, the hair collecting in the shower drain, the skin that feels thinner and drier than it used to, the reflection that feels like it is aging faster than you are. I call this the dry sponge, and it is one of the most emotionally difficult signs for many of the women I work with because it is visible. It feels public in a way the other signs do not. Here is what is happening. Your skin and hair depend heavily on hormonal support to stay thick, plump, and hydrated. When those hormones drop after 40, your skin loses its ability to retain moisture as effectively. It becomes thinner, more fragile. Your hair follicles get less support, and the growth cycle slows. The sponge is drying out. The mistake most women make is attacking the outside. Expensive creams, harsh treatments, products that promise miracles. And while some products help, if you are ignoring the inside, you are fighting a losing battle. The fix: prioritize healthy fats in your diet every single day. Salmon, olive oil, avocado, walnuts. These directly support your skin's ability to hold moisture from within. Look for skincare products that contain ceramides. They help lock in the moisture your skin still has rather than stripping it further. And for hair, a good quality biotin supplement combined with adequate protein in your diet gives your follicles the building blocks they need to stay strong. You are not becoming invisible. You are drying out. And a sponge, with the right care, can always be rehydrated. If this is your first time leaving this show, I want you to subscribe right now, because next week we are going to talk about something that most women do every single morning, thinking it is helping their metabolism, when in fact it is doing the exact opposite. You will not want to miss it. But before you go, I want to leave you with this. I am 95 years old. I have studied the female body for over 20 years. I have sat with women at every stage of this journey. And the one thing I know with absolute certainty is this: the women who thrive after 40 are not the ones who have perfect hormones. They are the ones who stopped waiting for someone to tell them something was wrong and started listening to what their own body was already saying. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are not someone to be managed or medicated into silence. You are a woman whose body is changing, and change with the right knowledge becomes power. Every single sign we talked about today is your body communicating with you. Brain fog, night sweats, belly fat, irritability, joint pain, fatigue, skin and hair changes. These are not failures. They are messages, and now you know how to read them. So take one thing from today, just one, and do something with it this week. Drink more water, add collagen to your coffee, take your magnesium tonight, switch to cotton sheets. Start there. Small changes done consistently create extraordinary results. I have seen it happen hundreds of times, and I am telling you, it can happen for you too. If this episode gave you something today, share it with a woman in your life who needs to hear it. Leave a comment below telling us which of the 7 signs hit closest to home for you. And remember, the second half of your life is not a decline. It is a new set of rules, and now you know how to play by them. I am Dr. Aiko Tanaka. Thank you for being here. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you next week.